We know the scenes we're gonna do, they're present in the script. What I'm really interested in with actors is what's happened before that. On this film, I spent a lot of time working with Marion and Ross on talking about who they are, where they came from, how they met, how long they've known each other, experiences they've been through together. And so we have a base going into the scenes.
Oui, j'ai fait enlister tous les prisonniers.
Ross Marquand became involved in the project because I had worked with him on a film about 2 years earlier, but I had seen him before that in a film where he was a Russian KGB agent. I was so impressed with his language skills with a very difficult accent to do that when we had this role, the character is supposed to be French and, you know, speaks some French in the beginning and has to have a French accent throughout. He was one of the first people that came to my mind as far as being an actor that would have the capability to be able to kind of do that in a language that wasn't necessarily his own.
For me, the biggest challenge and also the biggest thrill has been constructing that accent, making that believable. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube, watching a lot of old French films, and Vincent Cassel interviews, just kind of hearing his cadence and his flow, and kind of picking that apart in a million different ways.
Marion and I had talked about in getting ready for rehearsals was trying to make sure we could build intimacy between her and Ross.
One of the things that Brian had us do was he set up this sort of kind of cafe situation, you know, kind of set up with chairs and tables and music in his living room, and he had Ross and I do this dance. He sort of set up a scenario where, you know, we were sort of our characters and we were meeting in a cafe and I had to exchange a message to him. But the way in which I was going to do it was by him asking me to dance and us doing the dance, and during the dance I give him the message and then we kind of go our separate ways. But obviously the dance is very loaded because it's two people who love each other very much but can't be in a relationship because of the circumstances of the war.
In that dance, there's all these kinds of wonderful little subtle moments of they're uncomfortable at first, and then she relaxes into it, and then it gets uncomfortable for her, and then he gets a lot more comfortable with it, and they're never quite on the same page, and even I think they left that even frustrated with the relationship with each other. And I think that feeling of the ending of that dance was where they are at the start of this film.
It was really great because there was a lot going on in that, and we didn't really have to think about dialogue or anything else other than sort of really what we were feeling and yet still kind of accomplish this goal. It was like sort of a metaphor for the whole movie in kind of this one rehearsal moment, and it was great. It worked really well.